What's up, guys? Coach Vassar. Thank you for joining me with OTF Audio Daily Beats. As always, if you're new, appreciate you tuning in, listen to me talk about these workouts. If you find value, let me know. Shoot me a message. You could support me through the information in the description. Otherwise, let's get into it. We're going to talk about Monday, November 10th. As far as I could tell, looking at the calendar, because things are a little out of order, this is a workout that will not repeat. We're going to have strength on the treads, endurance on the rower, strength on the weight floor, talk about everything with the 2G, talk about the 3G, get you guys on out of here. So treadmills, we're going to see 4 5-minute blocks that follow the same pattern, but the incline goes up 0.5 in your push each block. For the rower, each time you hit the rower, it's a 500-meter push. Your goal is to match or beat your time each round. And then on the floor, a total body circuit with 5 exercises. Focus on lifting heavy within a rep range. You will need benches out for this workout as well. All right, so we look at the treadmills, as mentioned, 4 blocks, 5 minutes each. There is a 75-second walk recovery between each block. Very easy on the timing. Everything interval work-wise is 1 minute at a time. So block 1, 5 minutes. You're gonna alternate between rolling hills for 2 rounds and then a 1 minute all out. Now, the thing about the hill work is it's a uphill push. So not only incline, but add some speed. And the goal today is to maintain the push speed, even for the power walkers, within the block. All right, so looking at block 1, we're gonna start with a 1 minute push at 1.5%. For the joggers, runners, power walkers, 6.5% or greater, okay? And then the key thing to remember for the power walkers is they're gonna repeat that incline within the block. So they'll do the incline twice. The next block is 0.5 higher. So whatever they do the first block, make sure that they go 0.5 higher for block 2, block 3, and then block 4. So that way they still get that same upward trend as the joggers and runners, or the power walkers who use, the called out incline. Now, when it comes to the actual speed change, power walkers, they should try to add, 0.1 to 0.4 or so over their walk speed with that uphill work. So maybe prioritize, using the called out incline and increase speed to increase the intensity. And then for the joggers and runners, this first hill, it's only 0.5% incline. So they could probably use a very standard push, with this being 1 minute and 1 minute of active recovery, equal amounts, 1.2 or so over base, nothing too crazy. Because of course that extra 0.5 is gonna feel like 0.1 more that they did for the speed. So if they're holding 1, it's gonna feel closer to like a 1.1 add or a 1.2 add. Anyways, you're gonna do that twice. Uphill push, flat road base, repeat that uphill push, flat road base, and then a 1 minute flat road all out. That's it. It's like I said, it's very simplistic pattern wise. Block 2, the push is now going to be at a 2% incline, power walkers 7% or greater. Block 3, 2.5, 7.5 for power walkers, and then block 3 is 3%, and that's going to be 8% or greater. Between the blocks, they can use a different push speed, but whatever they do for that first push, they want to be able to maintain it on the second attempt, use that recovery, and then hit that all out. When the bikes and striders, they're just going to alternate between a push gear and a base gear. So anywhere from 3 to 5 gears over base, and then maintain that. They say you could have them increase their push each block. So knowing that, you might have them only do 2 gears over base for block 1, then 3 gears for block 2, 4 gears for block 3, 5 gears over base for block 4, as long as they keep those RPMs, 60 to 100. So, and of course, increasing speed, increasing their RPMs at the same gear will increase their output, which is another way to add that intensity. So a couple ways to kind of cue it for those bikes and striders. That being said, my cat's about to walk in and he walked behind the camera. Cool. Anyways, looking at the weight floor. So we're going to see one long block, 23 minutes, 45 seconds. Probably one of the longest floor blocks we will ever do, but we're gonna see a total of 5 exercises, 4 dumbbells, 1 on the strap, and then a 500-meter push row. And the main call out here is the floor movements. You have a rep range, 6 to 10. As mentioned, from like OTF itself, The rep ranges are there, as a guide for the members, so they could do the reps that feel good for them for that day. They could also adjust the reps based off of their own fitness goals. So if they want to work more on that endurance side, maybe aim for 8 to 10 reps with moderate weight. If they're more on that strength side, moderate to heavy weight, 6 to 8 reps. Tempo you could use as a way to increase the challenge without having to increase weight. But we're going to see bench tap squats. So dumbbells on either side as they lower down. You can do goblet as an option, but also goblet is a little more challenging. It does require a little more core activation for that. Then they're going to see the bear plank alternating low row. So just like the high plank low row, but in a bear plank. And then you have the single arm, single leg lateral step up with shift. And so once again, this is the one where the idea is they start with their body weight majority on the leg that's on the ground. They're going to shift their weight to the foot that's on the bench, stand up, come down, and then shift away from the bench. The regular step up, if you actually look at the video on the exercise library, a regular lateral step up, they will keep their weight planted on the foot that's on the bench. They'll step up, come back down, and their weight stays on that foot on the bench. But with the shift, we're shifting away from the bench to the foot that's on the floor, then shift back to the bench, stand up. So that small shift left to right does challenge a little bit of the lateral glute to help improve like hip stability, which for the people on the weight floor, really activating those lateral glute muscles, they're going to feel that a lot more on the incline because that's what's used to help keep your pelvic bone, neutral and stable as you require more hip flexion for the hill work. So it kind of goes hand in hand and ties in that way. You have dumbbell Arnold press and then the strap Y raise. Arnold press, if that gives anyone problems, you could do an uppercut for that Y raise. They could do a high row. I'm also a fan of doing like front raises if they're not able to go overhead. And then the finisher is going to be a front squat to Arnold press. So they'll start with the dumbbells here. They'll do a squat, stand up, press, rotate back down, almost like a very slow and controlled thruster. And of course, after you do this, the Y raise, they hit that 500-meter push row. This is a great callback to the very first workout of the month with the 1,000-meter row situation. So really educate members about the importance of their split time, being inconsistent with that. Because we also did the 500-meter benchmark. We'll see the 2,000 next month. And of course it is for dry try with the goal of trying to match or beat the row time. That first push row, more on that conservative push. Notice the split time that they finish at or the time it takes them to finish. And of course, the next round, they want to try to keep their split time 1 or 2 seconds below their previous row time. And then they'll just improve every time that way. So hopefully it helps educate them the importance of controlling the leg drive and their stroke rate. Now, when we look at the 3G, treadmills, we're going to see 3 blocks, rowers, weight floor, 1 long block. For the treadmills, we're going to have a 4-minute block, and it's going to be uphill push, flat road base, uphill push, flat road all out. So it is 3 minutes of tough work and only 1 minute of active recovery. So knowing that, these pushes uphill will probably be way more conservative than what members typically do, especially compared to the 2G. They're going to start with a 2% incline for that first push. Power walkers, 7% or greater. I'd probably put people about 0.5 to maybe 1 over their base. They have that flat road base for a minute, and then they go back up, repeat that push at 2%, and then right into an all out. They'll have 75 seconds to recover and then get back to base. Just like the 2G, the 3G follows the same format where the next block, it goes up by 0.5%. So in block 2, you're going to see 2.5%, and then block 3, it is 3%. Now for the rowers, you have 1 long block here, and the goal is to complete as much of it as possible. They're going to start with a 600-meter push row. Every round, they're going to decrease that row by 100 meters. So 600, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's Blaze. And then that's going to be paired up with the twist hop to an alternating reverse lunge to single leg knee drive. And so for that second bodyweight movement, they'll start with their feet side by side. They'll step back, knee drive up, put the foot down, then step back with the other side. They'll have 10 total for that. If they complete all 6 rounds, they will row until the finisher, which of course will be a 1 minute all out timed up with the treadmills. On the floor, it is the 5 movement circuit from the 2G. It's for 14.5 minutes. It's that simple. So tap squat, bear plank low row, the step up, Arnold press, strap Y raise, and the same Y raise. Ugh, my good old speech impediment and my dyslexia. And then front squat to Arnold press will be the finisher there. So 2G, 3G, very similar. So if you have to coach both of them, it's going to be pretty easy on the brain. Nothing's too crazy here. Other than that, any feedback, as always, let me know. You guys got this. Coach it down.